Hello everyone and welcome to another Top 5 Records video. Today we got a new The War on Drugs release. The live album Live Drugs Again, which is a nod to their popular first live album Live Drugs. Now, Live Drugs is an amazing live album. I have it behind me here on vinyl. I've been listening to it a lot and I got so much into it that I actually went to see a show from this tour. The tour that's now on this album, Live Drugs. Again, so I'm going to be doing a review of this new live album, but I'm also going to be talking about my experience of seeing them during this tour in 2022. Because I'm noticing, listening to this live album, and thinking back to being there, being at one of the live shows, and I'm not sure if that live show was also used for this record because I couldn't find any details, but I did found online that Live Drugs again has so many different samples of live shows that there are, for example, songs that have 6 different live performances mixed together so they can give you the ultimate war on drugs live experience. So, in that regard, is there an interesting question? Is Live Drugs again a good picture or recording of a War on Drugs live show? Or is it, for example, like Bruce Springsteen's Live 75 85, a compilation that makes him look powerful? Well, let me start by telling how I experienced my War on Drugs live show. It was in April 2022, so a little bit more than 2 years ago. It was right after Corona, and I went in having high expectations. They are an incredible band. They're still relatively young to some of the names that I have here. I've also seen younger artists, so it's not like my first experience with a different uh, artists at a different moment in time than looking back after 30 or 40 years. Um, so I went in the Ziggo Dome in Amsterdam, and I thought, okay, they're playing good, they're playing okay, but I never felt a sheer energy. It never went to full explosive qualities. As a matter of fact, around me, I noticed people started talking and chit chatting, and you had people starting to talk about work. And I thought, is it just me? But I just checked some reviews of that exact show, and some of the big Dutch newspapers were talking about it. Like, well, they were doing an okay job. They played they played good, but people around me were talking. People were not interested, and it was for example the newspaper or which is a big Dutch musical journalist, set of journalists. The journalist said it was his first show after COVID, so not having seen music in like 2.5 years, and it must have been for a lot of the people there. But they were talking to each other. They were not drawn to the stage, and he wondered, is this the Dutch disease? Because the Dutch people can talk a lot during a show, or are they not that captivating live? Or was this specific show not a captivating live performance? And I noticed the same thing myself. I wanted to look at my phone during a live show right after COVID. Now, it was not my first post COVID show. I saw Eric Clapton just before that, I believe a week or a month before, also in the Ziggo Dome. But the tendency to search for distraction, while, I mean, it was not a bad performance. It was not a bad performance, but something was off. And then near the end of the show, the frontman said that this reminded him of 14 years ago when they played in Paradiso, which is in the center of Amsterdam. The Ziggo Dome is a big concert venue with very good sound. I saw gorgeous sounding shows of The Who and Black Sabbath and Paul McCartney there. And he said that it reminded him of 14 years ago when they played in a small venue, a small place on top in Paradiso, which was a gorgeous venue. Um, and he said that they didn't expect anyone to be there, and then there were 40 people, and he described the vibe, the energy of that night. And I thought, well, you wish you were there. I wish I was there and not right now in the Ziggo Dome. So my conclusion was that night, but it's gonna be different from my conclusion from the live album. So stay hooked. Um, they were not the right band for that venue, for the Ziggo Dome, for a large hall that from itself doesn't have any atmosphere. I was longing to a place like Paradiso or give me an amphitheater. As a matter of fact, I was even wondering, give me my living room. Nah, that can't perform in my living room. Yet again, with a live record, live drugs, again, they can. Because I put this album on, and that Ziggo Dome show might have been on this record, but my experience is different. Now I did hear energy and urgence, or yeah, urgence or urge in the main vocals, in the lead vocals. From right on, opening with Harmonious Dream and Burning, I noticed there is enthusiasm, there is thrill. Perhaps it is the idea that physically that thrill or that frontmanship wasn't there that show, but I was involved. I really enjoy the atmosphere, the sound, and the vibe of that live drugs again in my living room. So this got me wondering: was the Ziggo Dome show a not so explosive show? Because live drugs again has a lot of great highlights. I Wanna Wait is very good. Pain is gorgeous. Under the Pressure is a fantastic recording. Or is the amount of energy in the vocals, and there is energy definitely, but the songs also need energy, is that just enough for a living room or a smaller venue? Perhaps it's about balance, because I do not remember the Ziggo Dome show having any mistakes or anything, and this was a gorgeous, perfect, nice live record, a nice second of or add-on or a record on itself, but it could be an add-on to Live Drugs, which is a great live album. Perhaps it might just be the idea that having it on vinyl now, or having it at home digitally or whatever, and you can sit back and relax instead of standing and giving the visuals your full attention. Perhaps it's that difference which makes this live record, Live Drugs Again, work so well. I'm not sure what the entire difference in experience is. One of the reviews said that the Ziggo Dome show was not an experience but a listening session. And the same might be of Live Drugs Again. Is this an experience or is it a listening session? And perhaps it just works better as a listening session at home, relaxed and comfortable, and with a calm enjoying it. Nevertheless, I am so much more enthusiastic for this live release, Live Drugs Again, than the actual live show itself. So, well, that's my review, and I'm curious, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.